Hello everyone, today is Eid, so Eid Mubarak for my Muslim brothers and sisters. It's known that for the past few weeks I have been making videos about Guragi dishes, Kitfo and Tokol, and today I brought you the preparation of spiced cheese or curd. We call it Aybe. Spiced cooked minced kale, we call it Amber Kitfo or Gomen Kitfo, and spiced minced kale with cheese or Amber Beayb or Gomen Beayb. These dishes are so delicious and easy to make, so they will be great additions to your delicious meals you prepared for your Eid festivity. Now let's begin. First, let me start with the preparation of spiced cheese or curd. Why do you serve plain cheese to your buffet when you can spice it and make it even tastier? Making your cheese tastier is very simple and easy. But before that, let me tell you how you can get cheese simply from buttermilk. On my last video about the manat process, I told you about buttermilk or arira. The process is very simple and it doesn't take much time. First, we pour the buttermilk to a cooking pot. Then, we put it on low heat charcoal stove or electric stove. Here we need to be careful about the temperature and our timing. We don't boil the buttermilk, but we simmer it. Using low heat helps the buttermilk gradually separate into curds and whey. We take it occasionally and we don't stir it at all. High heat or boiling can make the curd too hard or rubbery. On the contrary, gentle heat allows proteins to separate slowly and softly. We also get a better texture and taste. At the end, we see the curd floating on top of the whey. This shows us the curd is ready, so we let it out from the stove and we let it rest for some time. Then we separate the floating curd from the whey. If we want, we can drink the whey because it has a slightly sour and heavenly taste and it smells great too. We can also use it for baking. It seems there is nothing to throw away from milk. Now let's start the preparation of Aybe. Here I have the curd I got from the buttermilk. I have 1 teaspoon mitmita, 1 teaspoon Ethiopian cardamom, half teaspoon salt, and above all, spiced butter. You can't think of Guragi meals without butter. It's the heart. If you wanna know about the spices, you can check my video about spiced butter preparation and Kitfo preparation. Except the cheese, all the ingredients we use are similar with Kitfo. Now, let's go to the preparation. First, we add the curd and all the spices to the clay pot. Then, we mix them so that the cheese holds the taste of the spices. We continue mixing it very well while adding butter. Now, the cheese is ready to serve. Once we are done with the Aybe, we move to the Amber Kitfo or kale Kitfo. Here is the process of making kale Kitfo or Gomen Kitfo. The first step is we boil water. While boiling the water, we separate the blades or leaves of the kale from its stalk or stem. We only use the blades. We wash it and make it ready to cook. When the water is boiled, we add the kale to the water and cook it. There is a tricky part when cooking kale. If we want the original leafy green color after cooking the kale, the secret is we don't cover our cooking pot. We cook the kale while the cover is open. That way, we get the bright green color. When it's well cooked, we let it out and strain the kale using a strainer. Then, we move to the next step. The next step is we finally chop the kale and prepare the other ingredients. We use similar spices we used for Aybe. By the way, the amount of ingredients is based on the people's preference. So, we add the kale first and then the spices. We mix them well and we add butter. We keep adding butter and continue mixing. Now, the Gomen Kitfo is ready. Let's move to the third and the last one. We call it Amber Beayb or Gomen Beayb. It's a spiced mixture of cooked and finely chopped kale and cheese or curd. We prepare our cheese and kale and use the same spices we used for kale Kitfo. First, we add the kale and cheese. Then, we add the spices. We mix them well. We add butter and we keep adding it while mixing all the ingredients very well. Finally, we serve all the dishes we prepared. These dishes are tasty, delicious, colorful, and they have an amazing aroma. Prepare them, use them, and they will brighten your day. Again, Eid Mubarak, my dear friends. I wish you a joyful Eid celebration for all of you. Thank you for watching my video. Have a great time. Bye.